News, I'm Ben Thomas. The FBI says the man suspected in an apparent assassination attempt targeting former President Trump camped outside the golf course with food and a rifle for nearly 12 hours before a Secret Service agent confronted him and opened fire. Terry Spencer reports 58-year-old Ryan Routh made his first court appearance.
He is facing 2 charges, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. That relates to something that happened about 20 years ago in North Carolina when he had a standoff with police, and also possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. Together, those would put him away, if convicted, for up to 20 years.
Additional charges are possible. And Sagar Meghani reports today marks 50 days until the election in what's already been a drama-filled campaign.
There have been 2 apparent assassination attempts of one candidate, the incumbent bowing out of the race and the vice president then assuming her party's mantle. The race goes on this week, with Donald Trump due to speak on X tonight for his son's crypto platform launch before upcoming events in Michigan, New York, Washington, and North Carolina. Kamala Harris today hopes to land a Teamsters union endorsement and hits the road again tomorrow. Trump ally David Urban says it's too soon to know how yesterday's incident might affect the race, but the GOP strategist says he's picking up a deep sense of shock and uncertainty among those around Trump. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Elon Musk's deleted a post on his social media platform X in which he said no one is even trying to assassinate President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Springfield, Ohio's canceled its annual celebration of cultural diversity after violent threats closed schools and government offices. That followed Trump amplifying debunked claims about Haitian immigrants in the city eating pets and waterfowl. Governor Mike DeWine says state highway patrol officers will be stationed in Springfield schools. This is AP News. A pipeline fire in suburban Houston's been shooting a giant plume of fire into the air. The surrounding neighborhood evacuated where some homes caught fire. Dallas-based Energy Transfer says the pipeline's shut down, but officials say it'll take hours more for residual natural gas liquids to flow out. It's Sutel now with the AP Markets Report.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average set a record high as Wall Street geared up for the most anticipated meeting of the Federal Reserve in years. The Dow rose 228 points. It's about 0.6%. The Dow surpassed the all-time high it set a few weeks ago. The S&P 500, which is far more comprehensive and widely followed on Wall Street, ticked up by 0.1% Monday and remains just shy of its record high. The Nasdaq Composite slipped 0.5% as Apple and Nvidia and other tech giants gave back some of their recent gains. Treasury yields eased in the bond market ahead of the interest rate cut the Federal Reserve is expected to make on Wednesday. Seth Sutel, New York.
And I'm Ben Thomas, AP News. Thanks for listening.
Good morning, Marianas. So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawamian greetings. To Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news. From a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun. Oh. Good morning, Marianas.
It's Tuesday! And holy cow, did Tuesday get here in a hurry. What the heck happened on Monday? Good morning, everybody. Hey, it is 8:11 in the a.m. here on Tuesday morning in not sunny Saipan. You're looking outside at the live look at Beach Road in Oleai. Why is the camera so far back? Because holy cow, it is raining and I don't want to have to buy a new camera. Because, I'm telling you, that little deck that we got out there, the walkway, has been rained on, blustering right in. This is the safest place where I can get the camera and still give you guys the safe look at traffic, unless we build some kind of a housing for that sucker. I'm telling you, it is a wet day. So if you're still out there driving, you're on the roads, be safe. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. If you're going to be in a hurry, you're not going to get anywhere you need to go. because you're going to get in some trouble. And just a good reminder that if you should not be driving, don't drive. If you've got someone to call, have them pick you up. Like me. No, don't call me. I don't want to be the one who picks you up. But I could, I guess if I have to, I could possibly. Maybe. If we're friends. We'll see. But I know I can tell you what, I got a ride home last night from my special lady. Oh my gosh. It was one of those nights. So a lot of stuff going on. This was the go back down to Garapan morning and recover your vehicle morning after dropping the kids off to school. Good morning. I'm telling you, it was a great time. Last night, ended up meeting some folks from who are contractors with Department of Defense, and they are in town to set up this week's Industry Day, and it's open to the general public. And if they had a better night and a good morning this morning, then we'll see them in here in a little bit. I know they have a meeting early, and as soon as they're done, they're supposed to pop in this morning to tell us a little bit about what's going on for that Industry Day, because one of their missions is to make sure that all this military buildup stuff actually pays off for us. So we'll see. Luisa just said, looks like Instagram saying we might see some baseball tomorrow. That could be really great. We'll see. The way it looks outside right now, not so much. We got to hope that the drainage on Beach Road is better than the drainage on the field is better than the drainage on Beach Road. Yeah, retrieving your car the next morning is better than a DUI. Absolutely, Leonard Sablon. I'll tell you, that is the way to go. Good thing I have an MVP at my house who's not playing baseball, but definitely came down the Garapan, and she didn't throw me over her shoulder, but it was almost like that. It was fantastic. Hey, 84 degrees and rainy here in Saipan. The humidity is at 82% right now up at the airport, and we are looking at more of the same throughout the day. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny skies with a high near 86. Woo, we're getting close to that already. Southeast winds 13 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25, 40% chance of rain. Forget it. We're already at 100 because it already rained today. For real. Tonight, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies with a low near 77 degrees. Southeast winds 6 to 11 miles per hour, becoming a light southeast after. How about that, after midnight? Tomorrow, we're looking at some rain for sure. It says 30% chance of rain, but whenever there's a percentage, Landon says that means it's going to rain. Scattered showers, partly sunny, high near 86, and the wind's going to be very mild. So this wild wind that we had yesterday, dying down today. We still have a high surf advisory in effect all the way until 6 p.m. tonight. And that's just in time for the Saipan Chamber of Commerce debate between the 5 congressional hopefuls who are vying for Killily's position. It's going to be at the Multipurpose Center tonight at 6 p.m. And tickets are $10 if you haven't gotten them already. Tickets are available at the door. They're also going to have some food and some drinks. You're going to have to eat them outside, but at least they'll be available. And we're going to find out a little bit more about what makes these candidates tick. You might already have your mind made up of who you're voting for. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably do. But that doesn't mean that you're right. You might change who you're going to vote for after tonight, because you're going to hear all 5 of the candidates talk about at least 10 topics today. And that's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal because we don't know who's going to represent us in Washington. Again, who do you want? And what are the reasons why you want them to be there? Why do you want this person to represent us? Why do you want them to be your voice in Congress? Well, today should be a good night, especially because it's going to be in front of a live audience. That's the coolest part about this. So, yes, we're broadcasting. It's going to be here on NMI News Service. Also going to be on the Saipan Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, as well as Island Image and Motion. So you're going to be able to find it. If you would rather be there in person, which I highly suggest, go down to the multipurpose, call the Saipan Chamber of Commerce and see if you can't get a ticket. I don't know if there's any tickets available, but if there are, that's where you want to go. If there are not, reach out to your candidate of choice, because chances are they have tickets. Each one was afforded 40 tickets. So that's going to be your best opportunity if the chamber is out of tickets. All right, so let's get to it today. We got a bunch of stuff going on, and, it is the Marianas. Oh, yes, there we go. I love it. Now, a lot of interesting things happening in the news today. So we mentioned yesterday that Star Marianas canceled flights. Even United pushed flights way back because it was crazy. According to Star Marianas president, Sean Christian, hey, takeoffs, that's a problema. But the idea of landing in that weather yesterday was a little bit crazy. Well, now it's getting a little bit more interesting. If you look in the paper today, you're going to be able to find that Star Marianas accusing CPA of coercing airlines into complying with non-compensatory fees, describing it as egregious behavior that cannot be tolerated. This is part of what was going on with the governor's office when they met with SMA couple of weeks ago, when Star Marianas decided publicly that they were not going to cease their the intent. They rolled back their intent to discontinue scheduled services. Well, anyway, now it's going into $1.2 million worth of outstanding debts, and Star is saying, hey, we shouldn't be asked to pay these things at all. A lot of these things are things that we don't even need at the airport, not at least the charter the little commuter airlines. So, and this goes to another letter that went to the board chair, oh my gosh, where they said, hey, look, you're charging us more money than you're supposed to charge us. I mean, that's it. He said it's abundantly clear that the CPA, in coordination with its legal counsel and consultants, has engaged in a deliberate scheme to bypass federal fee-setting regulations, coerce airlines into compliance with non-compensatory fees, and subvert the principles of fairness mandated by the FAA. And that is a letter going to the CPA board chair from Star Marianas chairman Robert Christian. Yeah, I have a feeling that these letters are about the only thing they're going to exchange, because they are not going to be exchanging Christmas cards this year. There is certainly no love lost between what's going on with Star Marianas and the CPA, and it's been years in the making, but now it's really starting to come to a head because everybody's feeling the pinch with the economy here, or should I say lack of it. And now everybody's looking for money and looking for every way they can get it. And CPA is now trying to collect on past due fees that Star Marianas feels that they shouldn't even be charged in the first place. Hey, good morning, Vincent Raymond. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Ann. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you guys. Luisa, good to see you as well. Good to see all of you guys. Tobat, the soggiest guy in Molesso right now. And great to see you, by the way. I know you've got all the cat gifts and everything like that. There's a little short video that I found where it's this guy from New Zealand. I don't even think he's from Australia. It's Australia or New Zealand. Those accents get me twisted a little bit. But he's got a little kitten in between like two hamburger buns. He's like, "Get out of my sandwich." And then the cat just opens its mouth. He's like, "No." I figure you must have seen it. You're the big cat person, and it's adorable. I can't stop watching it. I watch it on repeat. It's hilarious. All right. Got some more news about the big power outage that happened for us Sunday night. Yeah, it was lousy. Yeah, it affected everybody. Yeah, it affected us because we were here that night when it happened. We couldn't finish our video editing. Well, anyway, it started around 9:30 and it lasted for a couple hours in some spots. For us, it was only about an hour and a half. They said that what ended up happening when they were inspecting one of the engines, they heard a loud noise coming from inside, so he hit the stop button to prevent emergency, to prevent even bigger damage. Thing is, our generators are ancient. They're huge and they are awesome and they're meant to last a long time, but they are well past the end of their service lives, and we are still milking them for everything that we can get out of them. Well, the thing is, when are we going to get new ones? And there's no real plan for that yet, because it turns out those things cost money. money, something that's in short supply here in the Commonwealth, and it's something that we could definitely use, and it's definitely something that we would really benefit from if we got some new generator, something that's more reliable. But our load has gone down. Like we were back when I was there, it was about 32 megawatts. It was our max load. Then when the casino came in and everything, I know that started popping up with all the tourists and all the hotels. But now we've got hotels that have closed. We've got businesses that have closed. We've got people who have moved off island. We have less of a demand for power now than we did 10 years ago. So the question is, are we able to dial it back a little bit? And number two, what's our plan for getting a new one? Now, again, 10 years ago, we ended up getting a grant so we could find out the best way to move forward with power generation in the Marianas. And it was an integrated resource plan. And back then, they kind of threw that away. They spent $450,000 to do this great study from this company called Leidos and out of Texas. And they told us that, hey, the best you could do is 20% renewable out here in the Marianas. And this study is based on 25 years of fuel prices, weather patterns, everything to figure out what the best course of action is for power generation in the CNMI. Well, they scrapped that plan. That was back during that board of directors time. It looks like they dusted it off not too recently. The question is, what are they going to end up doing with it? Are we going to get new generators, and how are we going to go about doing it? I love the idea of getting some solar in there for sure, but the fact remains that you can get as much solar as you want, but you still need a baseline load of diesel that's reliable to keep us going. Until we get some new generation, we're going to keep expecting this kind of stuff. You know, it's so funny. Living out here, we get used to so many different things. And one of them, we're getting used to having inconsistent power, unreliable power. And, you know, hey, these guys aren't bad. I mean, CUC's doing the best they can with what they've got, for sure. I mean, there's no question about it. But, you know, it's a big deal when folks in the mainland lose power. Like, everybody talk, can you believe, what did you do? How do you, no, here, it's just another day. CUC is going to lose power every once in a while. We've gotten comfortable with that. But can you imagine, in the mainland, it's such a big deal when the power goes out. Here, it's no surprise when the power goes out. So there is a more reliable way to generate power. It's not the way we're doing it now. And we should probably not get used to this too much. It says, but CUC can't afford to get brand new Ford Broncos. What, they have Broncos? Wait, and you're going to sell your 4Runner and get a Bronco? What is going on? I didn't see a single Ford Bronco, but CUC has Ford Broncos? Man, we could talk about we could absolutely talk about the vehicle expenditures for sure. But I'll tell you, all the little costs at CUC are nothing compared to the amount that we would be saving if we forked out the cash and bought some new generators. For sure, to have reliable power and stuff that can actually work and work when you need it. Well, at least CUC is there when we need it. Can you imagine waking up and going outside, hopping in your car, getting ready to go to work, you put it in gear and you don't go anywhere because somebody stole your tires? Yeah, that happened. I saw that on the site, the Tau Tau CNMI, you know, the Speak Up CNMI. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it that somebody stole the tires off of somebody's vehicle when it was parked outside of their apartment. It's crazy. This isn't like some big urban area, some big city or something like that. These weren't tires that were stacked up on the side that have been sitting around for a while. No, someone took them right off of the vehicle. Like, oh man, those are nice wheels. They're so nice. I'm going to take them. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Who wrote this story, by the way? Crystal, who is awesome, by the way. But just her lead. It says, there's a new fetish for thieves in Saipan. It has resulted in a series of car tire rim thefts. You know, the thing is, Saipan's so small, if you steal someone's tires and their wheels, someone's going to see them on your car. Like, who are you going to sell them to? I don't understand that at all. There's going to be somebody's Honda lost, somebody stole these tires and rims off of a Honda. They're going to end up on a Corolla. Someone's going to ask questions. I'm sure there's not a serial number on it. Maybe now is the time to go out there with the Dremel and engrave your name on the inside of those rims, just in case. But DPS is all over it. They are, in fact. They're asking for your help too. But I mean, is that even covered? Is that even covered under your insurance? Well, it's got to be for theft. But their tires and rims, estimated value $3,000? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe at the dealership, that's how much they charge. But you can get some pretty baller rims and tires for less than that for a 2021 Toyota CHR. Yeah, the dealership prices might be a little bit crazy here in Saipan, but you can get better prices on tires. I think you can get an upgrade if you're spending $3,000. Dobot says, here in southern Guam, they have a bunch of cars that are either burned up or missing parts on the side of the road. Oh, I know. In fact, did you ever see that? There's this video, it's old now, where this guy was going around the world and dancing in different countries and different places. They would pick like a different background. Like in France, it would be in front of like the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre, or in Italy, it would be in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Well, he was doing all that stuff. When he went to Guam, he was dancing in front of a burnt out car. A junk car on the side of the road with Tonga behind it and Sakati. That is how regular, that's what he thought was the best way to describe Guam in his video, his dance video. It's, what is it? Let's see if we can find it real quick before we move on. It is hilarious. It's sad, actually. Dancing guy on YouTube. No. Was it Dancing Matt? Is that what it was? Or this one is Where the Hell is Matt? No. This might be it. 7 years ago? 2005 seems like about right. All right, let's see if I can't pull it up. All right, so I just don't know. This one's in Bangkok, in Moscow. There's India. I just want to see if this is the one with Guam. Here's Czech Republic. Angkor Wat. And by the way, don't get excited. It's not like his dance moves are like awesome. LA. I don't know if you guys had seen this. Okay, Mongolia. I feel like this has got to be the video. This is 2005 on a train. By the way, I got to move this up a little bit. Not great dance moves. Uganda. This guy's doing this everywhere. See all these amazing backdrops? Okay, and somebody's house in Connecticut. Is that kid gonna get involved? And we're doing this just to get to Guam. Times Square. Nope. Oh. All right. All right. Well, let's try to find. Come on. Where's the Guam? Guam was the best. I am scrolling real quick. Nope. So it's just not that video. I'm looking at the other ones that were before it. Where the hell is Matt? Guam. All right, well, we don't have to spend all day looking for that. I thought it was going to be fast and easy, and so sorry about that. I was really hoping it would just pop up really quick. I didn't realize he had multiple videos. I thought it was just one that went over and over and over, and we were going to be able to find it pretty quick. But instead, it just took a little while. Sorry, guys. All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a real quick break. I'll see if I can't find it. In the meantime, while I am working on that, you could be working out at the gym today if you want to go. It doesn't matter what time, too, because they're open 24 hours with your little pass. Once you become a member, you can go there all the time. Laddie Built 24-hour fitness. You can go 24 hours a day. Now, what do they have? They've got great facilities. It's the newest facilities in Saipan. They've got great free weights. They've got great machines. They've got bikes. They got racks. They've got an octagon. They've got the cold plunge. They've got a sauna. They've got supplements. They've got protein drinks. They've got smoothies. They've got certified trainers. The only thing they don't have is you. Go on down there, tell them that we sent you, and start feeling great today.
Persistence of build, be the inspiration, they witness the proof. We do what we do by the rules in the book. We be a lottie where discipline and vision is built. We lead by example, persistence of build, be the inspiration, they witness the proof. We do what we do by the rules in the book.
It's a great day to be up 3-0. I'll tell you that. It probably is not great to be down.
I'm Brad Rosala, and I'm the owner for Commonwealth Communications.
And I am Jojo Alipuzu. I am the owner of Island Image and Ocean.
And this is our joint venture, Sideline Studios. This whole concept that we have of doing all these live stream productions and covering news and doing live shows and everything, it wouldn't happen if we didn't have a great partner like IT&E, someone who can handle the bandwidth and provide it and then get us what we need when we need it and then be a real partner for us for all the events, whether we're doing live sporting events, broadcasts. All of these things happen because of our partnership with IT&E.
With IT&E providing us with the fiber and point-to-point and even the MBRs, is just a great piece of equipment to use when we're broadcasting our sports, our events, our performances, especially our cultural performances. And it's just great to share our culture here in the Marianas with the world. And IT&E has been there from the get-go.
The thing I like best about working with IT&E is how willing they are to come out and find a solution. Even for Liberation Day, we thought we had a pretty good solution for our live stream setup, and it turns out that we did not have the right setup that we thought we needed. That day, just before the parade, reached out to Paul and said, here's our situation. What do you think? He's like, we're gonna figure this out. While he's sitting there barbecuing, getting ready for the parade to start, he starts burning up the phone lines, calling everybody in IT&E, what can we do, what's the right solution? They left their families to do this stuff and get us the equipment that we needed to broadcast live. That's over and above. That's on a holiday. That's when he was out there spending time with his family.
That's why ITNE is just the best, just really in touch with the people and the community.
I recommend ITNE to everybody. Tell them the options are there, and you could choose whoever you want and then figure out what you think is the best. But when you're ready, when you're tired of having your calls disconnected or not having service, then you reach out to the guys from ITNE.
AP Sports, I'm Steve Carney. The defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs remain unbeaten thanks to a last-second victory. Correspondent Greg Eklund reports.
Kansas City Chiefs place kicker Harrison Butker booted a 51-yard field goal as time ran out in their 26-25 win over the Cincinnati Bengals. In each of the last 4 games when quarterbacks Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes face each other, the game has been decided by no more than 3 points. 2 seasons ago, Butker's field goal sent the Chiefs to the Super Bowl.
This game reminded me of the 2022 AFC Championship game. I think it was a 48-yarder right hash kick to win the game as well.
A critical penalty against the Bengals set up Kansas City's game-winning kick. On 4th and 16, the Chiefs were down to their last chance when the Bengals were whistled for a defensive pass interference.
The Chargers also stay undefeated thanks to a 26-3 victory over the Carolina Panthers. The Raiders also hold on to beat the Ravens 26-23. Las Vegas is now 1-1. The Ravens are 0-2. The Steelers dropped the Broncos to 0-2 with a 13-6 decision at Mile High. Pittsburgh is 2-0. Former Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson did not play for Pittsburgh due to injury. And the Browns get their first win of the year, 18-13 over the Jaguars. It took overtime, but Seattle is also among those at 2-0 thanks to a victory over the Patriots. Correspondent Gethin Coolbaugh reports.
Jason Myers kicked a game-winning 31-yard field goal in overtime to send the Seahawks past the Patriots 23-20. A 38-yarder from Myers with 55 seconds left in regulation tied it at 20. Geno Smith orchestrated the winning drive and passed for 327 yards and 1 touchdown.
Put the ball in 7 hands, man. That's my mindset. I always, dreamed about these moments growing up. It's a dream come true just to be here. So whenever I'm in this situation and the game's on the line, I'm so happy and just excited, for those opportunities.
DK Metcalf had a 56-yard TD catch and 129 yards receiving. Jacoby Brissett passed for 149 yards and 1 score for New England. Seattle is 2-0 for the first time since 2020.
The Rams not only fall to 0-2 with a 41-10 loss to the Cardinals, but for the second straight week, they lose a big piece of their offense. Wide receiver Cooper Kupp left the game with an ankle injury in the second half and did not return. He was seen after the game in a walking boot. This comes after wideout Puka Nacua was placed on injured reserve with a knee injury suffered in week 1. And the 49ers comeback bid falls short as the Vikings pull out a 23-17 decision to improve to 2-0. San Francisco is now 1-1. The Buccaneers are also still undefeated after avenging their loss last year to the Lions in the playoffs. Correspondent Denny Kapp is with us from Detroit. Denny, give us the details.
Steve, Baker Mayfield throws a touchdown and runs in another to help the Buccaneers hang on to beat the Lions 20-16. Mayfield hit Chris Godwin on a 41-yard score in the second quarter, but his 11-yard scamper in the end zone late in the third quarter gave Tampa Bay the lead for good and pushed the Bucs out to a 2-0 start.
It wasn't a revenge game by any means. It was just it's this year. How are we going to improve? How are we going to win the big games when we need to in critical moments? And that's something that we harped on all season. So that's why it was so huge for us to come out with a win today.
Lions quarterback Jared Goff was picked off twice, and twice in the final minute got the Lions in plus territory, but couldn't get the offense in the end zone.
The Saints also keep pace by ending the Cowboys' home winning streak at 16 regular season games, drubbing Dallas 44-19. Alvin Kamara had 4 touchdowns in the game, 3 on the ground. The Commanders see new kicker Austin Seibert kick a franchise record 7 field goals to beat the Giants 21-18. Malik Willis throws the first touchdown of his NFL career as the Packers edge the Colts 16-10. Aaron Rodgers gets his first win as a Jet 24-17 over the Titans. And on Sunday night, the Texans improved to 2-0 with a 19-13 victory over the Bears. A new team sits atop the college football poll. The Yankees and Guardians edge closer to postseason berths in baseball. And a wild finish at Watkins Glen. That and more is coming up after this. For the first time this season, the Georgia Bulldogs are not the number one ranked team in college football. That goes to Texas as the Longhorns leapfrog the Bulldogs in the latest AP college football poll. It's the first time Texas has been atop the rankings in 16 years. In baseball, the Yankees beat the Red Sox for the third time in 4 days to extend their division lead. AP correspondent Dave Ferry reports.
The Yankees regained a 3-game lead over the Orioles atop the AL East by defeating the Red Sox 5-2. Aaron Judge slammed his major league leading 53rd home run of the season, a 2-run shot in a 3-run third off Cutter Crawford.
Giving Rhodey a lead, kind of putting the pressure on them, kind of after a back and forth series was huge for us, and then getting a couple homers, after that late was big time to kind of shut the door.
Judge has homered twice in 3 games after going 16 contests without one. Gleyber Torres also homered in the third, and Giancarlo Stanton had 2 ribbies. Winning pitcher Carlos Rodon allowed 2 runs and 6 hits over 5 1/3 innings for his 14th victory, tying a career high. Tyler O'Neill hit a 2-run homer for the Red Sox.
The Guardians also inch closer to a postseason berth, shutting out the Rays 2-0 on just 4 hits. Manager Stephen Vogt continues to rave about how his pitching staff has performed, including closer Emmanuel Clase.
Obviously, he's had the stuff that he's had, but now he's got it dialed. He's got the command. He's controlling the running game. He's doing all those little things. It's just been so much fun to watch him do what he's done this year.
Clase has converted his last 32 straight save opportunities. Elsewhere in baseball, the Tigers continue to make their push for the postseason, beating the Orioles 4-2, but they gained no ground as the Twins were also victorious 9-2 over the Reds, while the Royals get tripped up by the Pirates 4-3. The first team to 90 wins in the majors is the Phillies, who use a walk-off RBI single by JT Realmuto to beat the Mets 2-1. After allowing 2 runs in the top of the 10th, the Diamondbacks put up 3 in the bottom of the inning to walk off the Brewers 11-10. The Dodgers get back-to-back homers from Kike Hernandez, Tommy Edman, and Max Muncy to help beat the Braves 9-2. The Nationals edge the Marlins 4-3. The Blue Jays beat the Cardinals 3-2. The Cubs get a 6-2 win over the Rockies. The Padres need 10 innings to beat the Giants 4-3. The Astros hold on for a 6-4 win over the Angels. The Mariners get a combined 1-hitter to shut out the Rangers 7-0. And the White Sox get a 4-3 victory over the A's. And Watkins Glen is not kind to the Cup contenders on Sunday. Correspondent Jerry Jordan reports.
Spoiler alert, a playoff driver did not win the NASCAR race at the historic Watkins Glen International, but there was an epic last-lap battle between Chris Buescher and road course ace Shane Van Gisbergen. On the final lap, Buescher forced the nose of his race car underneath Van Gisbergen in turn 5 and carved out a spot to make the winning pass.
Went to try and go left, and he was still correct and coming back, so went to try and cross over, and just good hard race there. He tried to cover it and had already gotten the fender in, and just was able to get clear of him off the carousel and run. You know what? Just run.
He then held off Van Gisbergen, edging him out by less than a second for the victory.
Steve Carney, AP Sports.
Hello and a blessed Hofede and Tiro. My name is Jose Rabago Jr. and I kindly ask today for your prayers. If you don't know me, people know me as a photographer, a graphic designer, a church member, a choir member. But today, I just kindly ask, as a normal person, I'm just kindly asking for your prayers. As of recently, I've been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called myasthenia gravis. And with this condition, it's drastically changed my life. I've gained double vision, weakness in my face, and in all parts of my bodies, and in general weakness overall. It's made life a little bit too difficult. I have upcoming surgery of island that can help me with my sickness. And this is why I kindly ask for your prayers. As of now, there's no current cure for this disease, but especially with my friends, family, close friends by my side, I know, and I always know that I gotta keep going. People still know me as the person who never stops, and that's what I'd like to continue doing. Never stop serving God, never stop serving people. And if you're willing, I kindly ask if we can pray together. Prayer for the sick. All praise and glory is yours, Lord our God, for you have called us to serve you in love. Bless all who are sick so that they may bear this illness in union with your Son's obedient suffering. Restore them to health and lead them to glory. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Kindly thank you for praying with me today. I only ask for prayers, but if you have a generous heart and are willing to give anything, I'm open. Just give me a message. But honestly, I know the prayers work, and I know that's what I need to overcome the surgery, to overcome this sickness. Because overall, there's only one healer, and there's only one God.
On Friday, August 23rd, a theft incident was reported at the Payless Truck Store in Chalakanoa, Saipan. Preliminary investigation revealed that employees had discovered one of their delivery vans was leaking gas from the bottom. The van was towed to the shop, where it was later discovered that the gas tank was punctured. Upon reviewing the company's surveillance system, the company discovered that perpetrators responsible for the vandalism of their delivery truck was done on August 19th at about 9 p.m. Suspects were described carrying gas containers that were loaded onto a white Nissan Frontier. Another vehicle, described as a red Toyota Tacoma, was also observed making contact with the occupants of the Frontier. DPS seeks the community's assistance in identifying this person. Anyone with information about this incident may call the DPS Criminal Investigations Bureau at 664-9042. They may also call DPS headquarters at 664-9001 or call the Crime Stoppers hotline at 234-7272 if they wish to remain anonymous. Good morning, Marianas, and welcome back. It's 8:48 in the morning. You're looking at the live traffic on Beach Road. The camera is pulled back to prevent it from getting totally rained on. I know it's not raining at the moment, that's just fine, but it has been back and forth and blowing out there. Good news is, it looks like it's going to lighten up a little bit throughout the week, and that means we could have baseball. Baseball? It's only been 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been a month since we've had Saipan baseball leagues. It's close. It's close. By the way, you know what? That's a great question, Tobat. I'm going to reach out to them right now and asking them just that question, because we want to find out. So often we get the we're looking for you email, but we don't get the we caught him email. Hold on, let me send them a message right now. Just drafting that out to Simon Manikop. Just asking him, hey, Simon, any news about any of those thefts cases that you've sent our way here? And here we go. There we go. We will find out from them directly. Hey, as a reminder, tonight is the big debate between all 5 candidates who are running to be U.S. congressmen. They all want in, and the question is who's going to get in, and you're going to be able to hear more from them tonight, especially if you're going to be there in person. Multipurpose Center, 6 o'clock tonight. It's going to be between 6 and 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it. We're going to be broadcasting it live right here on the NMI News service, but not going to be better than seeing it in person. What are you saying, Brad? I know being at a place is always better than just watching it remotely. If you guys can make it, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be fun to see them, how they react, how they interact with each other, because this is going to be, they're going to have more time to talk. They're going to be able to stand up and walk around a little bit. and express their points of view. And it's going to be your first time to really see them animated, I guess, in a group like this. The last one that happened last month, it was a little bit more relaxed. You could see they didn't come in all dressed to the nines, but they came in, again, like more relaxed, more casual, and we'll see how it works out for today. I think it's going to be better. Tobot says, bro, this weather's making me sick. It's sunny and looking like fake sprinkles. I know it, man. I absolutely know it. Well, looks like I already got a reply. Hold on one second. So the answer is no arrests yet. Just got that back from DPS. All right. And also, let's see. Great. That's awesome. Thank you for sending me those messages, folks. Really appreciate it. All right. Hold on. One more thing. Yeah, I don't know about that either. That's another great question. Hold on, folks. Hold on. You guys are sending me great info. All right. All that stuff is great. Wow, you guys are just blistering me with messages this morning. It's great on our side. By the way, our phone lines are open, 789-2323, 789-2323. You can send us WhatsApps on that as well, or text, and we'll be able to, we can answer your questions as they pop up. Have been getting a bunch of them from you guys, so thanks again. Did you know that the Marianas Tourism Golf Classic is coming up? Yes, it's next month, Lau Lau Bay Golf Course and Resort. And this goes to the My Wave Club and MTech, the Marianas Tourism Education Council. The cost to get in is $120. It's going to be at Lau Lau Bay Resort West Course, and that's a great course, by the way. I mean, Lau Lau is just outstanding if you're a golfer. If you're not a golfer, it's still outstanding because it's great to be out there. Hole-in-one prizes include stuff from Island Training Solutions, Joe 10, and $10,000 shopping spree. Holy cow, a $10,000 shopping spree with top shelf wine and spirits. I can't imagine what I would do. What would I buy with $10,000 on a shopping spree? I bet it would all go into this studio and get new stuff for it, get new gear and all that. What else is going on? Let's get back into it. We only got a couple of things left to talk about, guys. And then we're going to call it a show because we're going to get going. We're going to go to the co-op today for the PSS. They're going to have, we had the intern before through the SESI program, through the Department of Labor, PSS, and the Saipan Chamber of Commerce. Well, this one is going to be just with PSS, and we are looking forward to it. There's going to be at least 100 plus folks who are going to be there, co-op students, and they are all looking for a way to get some of their classes and their credits in through work. Now, they are going to start working next week. So if we find someone who's going to be great for us, we are going to take it for show. Here, let me open this up. It's the Fall 2024 Co-op Job Fair, and it is through PSS. They've got a great program, and you could be there if you need to get co-op students, or if you would like to, or maybe you just want to see what it's all about. Head down to World Resort today between 12:30 and 2:30, and you can see it there. It's going to be great stuff. Excuse me. I got to say, shout out to Brandon Nicholas, who's overseeing the program and putting it all together. Man, Tobot, I think I'm getting that same thing from you, man. No kidding. Definitely coming down with that sickness. It might be the brown bottle flu. It's possible. It's possible. Anyway, weather is shaping up for us, and right now it's actually a little bit nicer than it was when we started the show. It's cooler outside than when we started. Up at the airport right now, it's 80 degrees. How often does that happen where when we start the show, it actually has gone down? We started at 84. It's 80 degrees right now up at the airport. Humidity at 85%. And holy cow, it dropped 4 degrees since we started the program today. I can't believe it. That's a first since we started this whole deal. So we'll see how that goes through the rest of the day. Ooh, great graphics. Yes. 1 second. Moderator. She is the moderator. So, Catherine Perry is the moderator for tonight for the debate. Where the 5 candidates, you've got Leanna Hofschneider, Ed Probst, Kimberly King-Hines, Jim Rayfand, and John Gonzalez. They'll all be there. Catherine Perry, the moderator. If you don't know Catherine Perry, you just don't pay attention to what's going on in the Marianas. She is just great. She handles all kinds of communications for all kinds of events. She does stuff for Hammy, does stuff for Humanity. She does stuff for MVA, and she's just all around everywhere doing great stuff. And we are lucky to have someone like her doing the debate tonight. So I think this is going to be her first time moderating a debate, and it should be great. All right. Well, that's about it, folks. I mean, really, we're going to wrap up and get ready for our MTech. She does stuff for MTech as well. That's great. Yeah, outstanding. We're going to get ready for the co-op job fair that's going to happen over at World Resort. So we're going to wrap things up a little bit early. And not early, but early enough. And look forward to coming back here tomorrow. But we will be here live tonight, 7 o'clock for the debate. All 5 candidates going head-to-head in the iron cage. They're going to be... No, they're not going to be in an iron cage. But they are going to be talking about all the topics. What topics? You're going to find out tonight. None of the candidates has received any information about the topics or the questions. So it's all going to be, live to them, too. So they're going to react to it. They're going to have to think on their feet. They're going to have chairs, but they are going to be thinking on their feet while they come up with their answers. And it should be a great one tonight. So remember, NMI News Service tonight, you're going to be able to watch this debate. Island Image and Motion, Saipan Chamber of Commerce, Sound Hire. It's like the super team that's going out there. I know, I don't want to say Avengers again, but it's got to be something. Maybe this is like the Justice League for this stuff. So looking forward to that. All right, guys. Well, have a great day today. We're going to wrap it up with that, and we'll be back tonight, and we'll shoot some video while we're over at the job fair as well. So have a great day. Get started. Take your time. Don't speed around the roads. The wind has died down. Take a look at the trees behind us. The wind has died down. It's going to come up and back every once in a while as this system blows through. So just be prepared. Bring an umbrella, wear a raincoat, and be safe out there, Marianas. Great to see you today.
Good morning, Marianas. So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawamian greetings to Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news from a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun on Good Morning, Marianas.